On this all-new episode of Primetime Panthers, we sit down with Sam Bennett and Ekblad to talk about signing their extensions to stay in South Florida.
We love being part of this organization. It's a world-class organization. I couldn't be more grateful to ownership, to Bill Zito and the coaches.
And an exclusive one-on-one with Brad Marchand to talk about his decision to run it back with the Panthers.
It's not every day you walk into a room and you could sit down with every single guy in the team and you would feel the same about every guy in the room. As the next, usually there's cliques or you have, good friends, but it seems like every guy in that room is as close as the next guy.
Plus, the Stanley Cup makes one final stop to Universal Studios before the puck drops on a new season.
You feel like a kid and walking around with your best friends.
All of that and more this week on Primetime Panthers. Primetime Panthers is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
The Panthers begin to celebrate. Let's rain down. Lord Stanley staying in South Florida. Last year was greatness. This time it's historic. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
Everyone wants to win as bad as the next guy, and you can really see it. And guys are willing to do whatever it takes to win. And we know we have something special with this group, and we know we have the chance to really do something special.
All right, boys.
I think when you have this good of a team, you have to take advantage of these opportunities. And I think the motivation is you don't know how many cracks you're going to get at it. So this is one that you got to take advantage of.
Goes for Reading. Back out, jump back and shot.
It's pretty impressive to walk in and see what's been built here.
They're very direct in their goals, from coaching staff to players and leadership group, and we understand what you have to do to be successful here, and we understand nothing is given in this league.
To be able to do it again, it's like, I couldn't imagine, but our group is so special.
There's so much that has to go right, and we're aware of that. It's just about giving yourself that opportunity, that chance.
Really looking forward to see how it plays out.
Welcome into this all-new episode of Primetime Panthers. I'm Katie Engleson. After the Florida Panthers won a second consecutive Stanley Cup, General Manager Bill Zito wasted no time locking in several key players, including defenseman Ekblad and center Sam Bennett. I had the opportunity to sit down with each of them to talk about their commitment to South Florida.
All right, well, Aaron, you're sitting here, a two-time Stanley Cup champion. You're the second longest tenured Florida Panther on this team, and you're going to be staying in South Florida. What went into that decision?
Just a true family decision, an easy decision at that. It's home, and that made it a pretty easy decision. There's so many reasons. Number one, we love it here. We love living here. We love being part of this organization. It's a world-class organization. Also, we have a chance to do something special with this group, and that is to continue to keep winning. And I think a lot of guys are all on the same page, that we know we have something special with this group, and we know we have the chance to really do something special. And I want to be a part of that, and I want to be a part of that for the next 8 more years. So, I couldn't be more honored and more thrilled to be a part of this organization for 8 more years.
How have you seen South Florida grow when it comes to hockey?
Yeah, it's been a full 180. Obviously, early on in my career, I want to say we maybe had 8,000 people at my first home opener as a Florida Panther. So different times, it's the hot commodity, and everybody wants to watch us play.
Why have you been so loyal to this franchise?
Well, I think it's a two-way street. They've been loyal to me. I haven't always produced the way I would like to every single year, the ebbs and flows of being a professional athlete. But they put their faith in my ability as a player and a person to overcome things, and I couldn't be more grateful to ownership, to Bill Zito and the coaches, all of whom I love and love to work with on a daily basis.
What is so special about this team?
I think it's the fact that everyone's bought into what we're doing here. We obviously have incredible coaches and incredible management, but I think we're almost at the point where our team is so dialed in. Everyone's so on the same page. Everyone wants to win as bad as the next guy, and you can really see it.
There's quite a few players, including yourself, that are signed throughout at least 2030. What excites you about this group and the potential, not just this season, but the future?
Yeah, the continuity is incredible. We're blessed to have such a great crew of guys that are going to be around for so long. We love each other. We joke around together. We hang out together all the time. Friendly banter and all of the good stuff that comes with being together so much like we are. So no, it's a special group, and we're pretty happy. Winning is pretty addicting, and I think guys have now got a taste of it, and now they want to keep doing it, which is it's the best feeling in the world, and I don't think any of these guys want to lose that feeling.
What an incredibly productive offseason from the Panthers front office and Bill Zito. And they weren't done. Last week, the Panthers locked up key defenseman Niko Mikkola to an 8-year extension, keeping him in Florida for the foreseeable future. Talk about locking up a core.
Feels awesome. Yeah, it was talking through the summer and saw all the boys signing here, so it was a no-brainer to keep the band together. It's all about the confidence, and I feel like I can do what I do best on ice, and I kind of have to have a freedom to do those things, and it's also like pretty aggressive style what we play, so that's how I like it.
You love those guys because they are part of the fabric of your group, and they do all the hard things. And sometimes, the players, sometimes in that role, because you got to take care of your top end guys, they get missed or you lose them, right? So did not want to see him go to free agency. He's a big part of that back end, so we're real happy. And he's funny as hell, so it's good to keep him around.
Time for our first break here on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, we sit down with Brad Marchand to talk about his time so far as a Florida Panther.
I really enjoy the friendships that were created and the bonds that we created. Anytime you win with a group, you instantly have a connection that will last a lifetime.
Don't touch that dial. Primetime Panthers will be right back. Welcome back to Primetime Panthers.
Strap up, boys, strap up, baby.
Close the arena for Liddell. Marchand, score!
2-on-1, Liddell with Marchand. Liddell across, Marchand scores! Look out, here comes Marchand on a breakaway. Moving in on Skinner, score! Short-handed, ahead for Marchand. Moving in on Skinner, it's in, he scores! Marchand wins game 2 for the Panthers in double overtime.
Shoot. I'm stone cold and not the above. Turn the hate into love, L to a dub. Here today and we gone by tomorrow. But a legend is forever and the stories live on.
Marchand splits the defense and scores! What a move by Brad Marchand. Here's Marchand with a shot. Score! Here comes Marchand. Let's put a move on Walman. Gets the shot away and scores! Another spectacular move by Marchand.
Surprises Wallman and then makes an unbelievable move.
His second goal of the night, 6th of the series.
Goes on.
Last season, the Panthers shocked the NHL world when they acquired forward Brad Marchand from the Boston Bruins. A decorated league veteran, Marchand became the perfect final piece to the puzzle as the Panthers went on to win back-to-back Stanley Cups, scoring huge goals along the way. Number 63 cemented himself into Florida Panthers lore. Katie Engleson caught up with Brad to talk about his extension and his time so far with the Cats.
Here comes Brad Marchand.
He was probably the most hated guy that they played against, and they took him in.
Well, Brad, if someone would have told you a year ago that you'd be sitting here and you'd be a Florida Panther for the next 6 seasons, what would you have said?
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's something anyone would even ask, because it just was so far out of the realm of reality. I mean, it feels right now. After being here last year from the deadline on, I grew to love this place and grew to love the team, and honored and excited to be here for the next 6 years.
What were some of those factors that went into this decision?
I think the biggest one was my relationship with the guys.
Hey, Jeff, I'm done! Oh, let's go.
The culture in the room and the how close everybody was. I really enjoyed the friendships that were created and the bonds that we created. Anytime you win with a group, I mean, you instantly have a connection that will last a lifetime. And then to have, a majority of the guys back and be able to do it for the next, 6 years and basically the rest of my career, that played a huge part of it. And then, it's an incredible place to live. My family enjoyed it while they were down here, but yeah, I mean, most importantly, it was the team and the culture that they had, and the opportunity they had to win again for the next number of years.
Speaking of that culture, is there a moment when you look back to last season that made you realize just how strong this team is in that regard?
Yeah, there was a lot of moments throughout the run that I was really impressed with the group. I think the one off the top of my head was after we were up 3-0 in Game 4 and came back and lost, how little guys cared about that loss, or not how little they cared, but how little it affected them, because we just knew we were going to win Game 5. It was literally the only thing that was talked about was, not a big deal. We're going to get the next one, and there was an overwhelming confidence that we were going to go in and win Game 5. And we did in a very good fashion. We played a great game.
Now Marchand splits the defense and scores! What a move by Brad Marchand!
And then it was almost like from that point forward, we knew like we were going to take over the series, and we did. And that was pretty impressive.
The Florida Panthers are one win away from winning their second consecutive Stanley Cup. Baby. Good job. Big time.
A couple others, even against Tampa. Like that was, I think, one of the series that we were the most worried for. There was a very deep team, and we prepped that way. And just the preparation going into that, I was like, okay, this team, they're just different, and they do things differently the way they prepare, and I was really impressed by that.
The cross-state rivals for the second consecutive year take out the Lightning in the first round in 5 games.
What can you say of the bond that you've been able to establish with these guys?
It's special. I mean, you're around it, you see it. They love each other. It's not every day you walk into a room and you could sit down with every single guy in the team and you would feel the same about every guy in the room. As the next, usually there's cliques or you have, good friends, but it seems like every guy in that room is as close as the next guy, and they're hard on each other. They push each other extremely hard. They're a lot of tough love, but it's all to try to help each other get better, and you can't do that if you don't care about the guy as much as they do in that room. So it's pretty impressive to walk in and see what's been built here, and I felt like that at home from day one, except for Eki. Eki came up to me from day one and was like, I can't talk to you yet. This is just too weird. I need a day. But every guy in that room is special in their own way, and there's guys that I've come across in the past that have opened up a different way here than I've seen them in the past, and you've gotten to know them in an easier light just because they're more vulnerable, and they know they have to do that to build a culture and build a room that is built on trust, and when you have that, there's a lot of good that can come from it.
Time for a short break here on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, More of our exclusive sit-down with Brad Marchand.
Every day is a gift, and it's such a cliche thing, but like none of this is a given thing. It's a right and a privilege, and it's experience I never wanted to have to go through, but it's one I'm very grateful that I did, and really looking forward to see how it plays out.
Primetime Panthers is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Keep it locked. Primetime Panthers will be right back. Welcome back to Primetime Panthers. We rejoin our conversation with Brad Marchand.
He's still blocking rats.
Going back to when you did win the Stanley Cup last year, what's the most gratifying factor for you? Just all that you went through last season, and you said you wanted to come here for that opportunity, and you accomplished that.
I think that one of the best moments I think I'll ever take away from my career is with 10 minutes left in that game 6, looking up and seeing all my family celebrating. That was a pretty incredible moment with how hard it was for us to leave Boston, and how we just, at the time our world got turned upside down, and something unexpected. We had a lot of great years in Boston, and moments that we thought we'd win, where my kids were around, and it got to the point where, we kind of thought those days might have passed us by, for the script to flip, and to be in Florida, who's, probably the biggest contending team, not just for last year, but, multiple years moving forward. And for them to experience that was pretty incredible after, what we, the way we expected the season to go, and expecting to finish in Boston and then come to Florida and to win a cup. It's hard to put into words how special that moment was.
How happy are you with how things unfolded? Just even sitting in this chair, and you found a home here in Florida now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you just have to make the most of every opportunity. And every day is a gift, and it's such a cliche thing, but none of this is a given thing. It's a right and a privilege, and I think the biggest thing I learned is you just have to appreciate each moment that you go through, and whether it's hard or it's easy, it all happens for a reason, and you just have to make the most of it. And I never could have imagined a year ago being anywhere but Boston, but I've absolutely loved my time here, and I know we're going to love it more, and build even more of a life here with every day that moves forward, and every day that passes. So, it's an experience I never wanted to have to go through, but it's one I'm very grateful that I did, and really looking forward to see how it plays out.
Time for one final break here on Primetime Panthers. Coming up next, the Florida Panthers and the Stanley Cup had one final stop to make before the season began.
It was definitely something I had on my calendar once I found out that we were going to do it, and we were together lifting the cup, and now it's kind of just a reset button, and it's really nice to have almost the same group as we do from last year.
Keep it locked. Primetime Panthers on Scripps Sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Primetime Panthers. Before the season got underway, the Florida Panthers made a very special visit to Epic Universe at Universal Studios, along with our broadcast team.
A little time off from our day job and get to do something that's very unique, something that we don't really get to do much often, and I haven't done it since I was a kid. So you feel like a kid, and walking around with your best friends, it's great to just kind of indulge in some of the stuff that you used to love as a kid.
On the road like this, day off here, it's been awesome, and hanging out with the guys and all the new guys too coming in. And for me, first time here, and my wife back home would love to be here too. So it's cool for sure.
Randy.
It was definitely something I had on my calendar once I found out that we were going to do it, and we were together lifting the cup, and now it's kind of just a reset button, and
coming back to the basics, getting into it and being ready for that first game, but also just enjoying the time we have together. It's really nice to have almost the same group as we do from last year. I think it's a beautiful park, especially. I think the person was telling us that it opened up in May, and it's brand new, and I didn't know what to expect coming here, so it's been a great experience so far.
We've been talking here and like trying to figure out how they built all this and stuff like that, but it's a great day.
I don't know about you, but I can't think of a better way to end the summer. And now, the time has finally come to drop the puck. If you make your way to Amerant Bank Arena this season, you may notice the massive new Jumbotron hanging in the rafters. The brand new scoreboard boasts 4 LED screens, measuring 38 feet wide by 31 feet high, all joining together to create a 360-degree digital canvas spanning 151 feet. The scoreboard delivers a total LED area of 4,762 square feet, an increase of 3,061 square feet, and a 180% larger viewing area compared to the previous scoreboard. The new centerpiece also features 2 angled underbelly screens beneath the main board to give fans closest to the ice the ability to see. It also includes a 75-foot diameter by 7-foot high halo suspended above the scoreboard. This digital canvas provides a unique opportunity for sponsors, as well as the ability to display additional statistics throughout the game. What a stunning addition to Amerant Bank Arena ahead of the new season.
That does it for this week's episode of Primetime Panthers. Make sure to tune in next week for exclusive access at the Florida Panthers ring ceremony. We'll see you next week right here on Script Sports.
Primetime Panthers has been presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.